evening, everyone. My name is Wanda Grobbelaar, and I would like to present my research topic in the following: creating a lean culture by integrating ergonomics and robotics in back of house operations, research, design, and implementation strategy. My rationale: in an environment that become extremely difficult to manage due to labor issues, the food industry worldwide is looking at alternative ways to increase efficiency and decrease process variation and improve customer satisfaction. I'm not talking about this specific year where there's many issues in the hospitality industry, but even before this pandemic, the problems was already evident, and labor issues was a huge problem. Many young people today don't want to be involved in hard skilled labor. They prefer to do a degree at a university and sit in an office and work from an office. However, this is not solving the problems in this industry. If you think from farm to fork, for example, in the past you found many young people that was working on farms, in harvesting, in agriculture. But most young people today is moving to the bigger cities and are not interested working on farms any longer. So in the whole food chain, actually, you find labor issue problems. Chefs in kitchens, they work long hours. Many of them were underpaid, and young people, the vision of young people is not this any longer. They want to be academically clever and sit in offices and work from there. According to different surveys worldwide, most chefs are already suffering from depression and stress. And as I said, this was even before the pandemic. Back of house operations are turning to automation to find alternative ways to solve these ongoing issues. I want to look specifically to a food production facility where robotics could be solutions, merge the best of what humans and robotics can do by utilizing the value strengths of each resource and eliminating non-value adds together with the automation that will certainly reduce wastage and create a lean culture opportunity to be involved in more supervisory or creative tasks. If we think about the lean principles and the lean principles of Lean Six Sigma, the 8 wastages. So together with robotics and the lean principles, a lean culture can be created of back of house operations. But how can we involve and create a better environment for chefs as well? Um, in my research, I was looking at different possibilities on different theories that I found. So possible theories that I was looking at was the uncanny valley theory by Professor Murray, where he already stated in the 1980s, that when a person works next to a robotic, at a certain point, the emotion the person will feel is very similar to when seeing a dead person, as well as theories of boredom. Maybe if all the repetitive work is done by robotics, maybe it will create boredom in the employees around this robotic. Lean Six Sigma concept, I will look at that by Barbara Wheat. Maslach burnout theory, and then cognitive economics concept. So, what is the aim of my research? My research objective is to create a win-win situation for all stakeholders involved when robotics forms a part of daily life in the food production facility. The stakeholders can include the human resources department, the chefs at work or employees in the back of house operations working in the food production facility, the customer, as well as the company where the robotics is implemented, maybe to increase the net profit on financial statements. My research questions is the following: how can chefs work effectively together with robotics to eliminate process variation and increase production efficiency? What is the impact of robotics in creating a lean culture in back of house operations? And by studying the human brain in relation to performance in a food production facility, how can the well-being of a chef be improved and human error minimized? It's already proven through different research that if somebody is depressed and have an anxiety and stress, the chances for human error increases. On the other side, it's already studies that's proven that if robotics and human beings work in a team together, it can be very effective for any company. And this study was done by Professor Klumt in Germany. So what research methodology I was looking at? My research paradigm is constructivism. After analyzing all the different paradigms, my theoretical approach will be interpretivism. A reality needs to be interpreted. I will use my theories from the literature review and also the data collected from different participants to create new theories. My methodology is constructivism grounded theory, and my methods I'm going to use firstly is participant observation, quantitative and qualitative interviews as well as questionnaires, participant and non-participant observation, open and close-ended questions, and then forums with Chefs Association, not only in this country, which is UAE, but around the world. My questionnaires will be based on my intensive literature review and of the findings on the theories I already found some indication what I should look at when somebody is working next to a robotic and what can be the possible result of this. In my next slide, you will see the clear road of my research methodology. Research problem questions, which I already mentioned to you before, data collection for initial coding, focus coding, theoretical sampling, theory development and refinement, theoretical memorying and sorting the integration into theory, writing drafts of the report, and then the final report eventually. My data, one of the methods I will use for data collection will be in the form of an EEG apparatus. I'm planning to put this apparatus on the employees in a food production facility where they are working next to a robotic, and then do a data collection with a specific criteria. For instance, I will look at female and male, a different age group, culture. I will also investigate during and see if that has make any difference in the findings, as well as maybe the environment where the chefs is working, because different environments might have an effect on the mental health of a chef. As well as I will find out if the person has already mental health issues before, maybe I will not use the participant for my research study. The ethical considerations that I need to look at, the research study will be conducted through the participant of employees of various food production facilities. The participants' privacy will be guaranteed by data protection and will be ensured that personal data are safe from any unintended or malevolent use. And by signing a full consent form of each participating employee, the participants will have a clear understanding that they can withdraw from the study at any time with any reason given. No participant will be physically harmed during the study in any way. Any deception or exaggeration will be avoided, and no research findings will be presented by the researcher in a biased way. No profanity will be used in the method of collecting data, including questionnaires and forums. So what do I hope to achieve? What is my contribution to the research world? The intended contribution in this research is to add value in the food production facilities by matching the capabilities and limitations of chefs to decrease process variation and increase efficiency in a food production facility, and ultimately, obviously, to improve the well-being of a chef. It will be great if I can better the lives for chefs around the world and to find solutions for labor issues in the next few years. Thank you for listening to my presentation.